When I started SEC, I thought I wouldn't fit in. Actually, I was actually really kind of scared, but there's such a variety of people there.
Everybody's there for a reason, and it's all the same reason, and they're all there to help each other out.
I just love being around the younger people. Being around the younger people, you can all learn from each other.
My name is Mike Spears.
I'm Peggy Wunderlich.
My name's Michelle, and I'm on to something.
That really helped me make it through, the devastation that we went through.
My name is Rich Myers, current mayor of Gulfport, Illinois. Slow but sure recovery. We're getting there. It's just taking a little time. Hopefully everybody keeps their spirits up and we'll get something done.
Roger Brockett Sr.
Brockett.
Well, this is actually our third time around. We moved to Gulfport in 1962 with our parents, and we got flooded out in 65, and it was as bad as it was this year. My parents rebuilt. We came back to town, and life went on. In 93, I think it was, we had to evacuate out for a while. This year, a lot of people didn't think it was going to happen, you know. A lot of people waited till the last minute. We had, like 2-3 day notice, that we had to go. So there was a lot of people that lost everything. I mean, there's people that didn't even get to pack nothing up and move out.
My name is Rich Jager, and I lived over here for about 3 years, and just about lost everything in the flood. Saved my important papers and photos and so forth. Starting a new life. So.
My name is Diane Schultz. I was Sergeant Schultz in the Air Force, and the first thing I made my son get out of my house was my military dog tags. And Gulfport adopted me like 5 years ago. They've been wonderful. Just wonderful people are here. I hope they all come back.
Diane McAllister. I lived here all my life for 52 years, going on 53. Left on my birthday. I got my mom's vase out and a Dallas Cowboy shirt that Beckman saved for me and didn't charge us nothing. It's very hard. I want to come back home.
I'm Ruth Christopherson. I'm from Gulfport, and my main thing I got out of my flood was my kitty cat, Otis, and he's a yellow cat, tiger striped, and he's just as sweet as can be. He was missing for 2 months, and a neighbor called me and told me that a cat had been sighted. And I went down there and we called him, and he finally did come to me. He was scared to death, but we got him out and brought him home with us.
Mavis Mickey. I've lived in Gulfport about 40 years, and it's quite a situation we had here this year for the flood. Well, I'm on the ambulance. I was on the fire department. I've been on the village board for quite a few years, and I'm mayor pro tem right now until Rich takes over tonight.
Sam Lincoln. I'm glad to be home.
Yeah, Kelly Mickey, same thing. Yep, we got moved in back, was it 2 days before Christmas? We got back in, so we were glad. It was a long time coming.
I'm Wayne Eaton. I've lived in Gulfport longer than any other resident. 72 years, but born and went to school here in Gulfport.
I'm Kathy Eaton. I'm Wayne's wife. I've lived here for 33 years. Enjoyed coming back.
Well, it was worse than it was in 65. I was in here in 65, and at my place it was about 6 inches deep, and this time it was about 5 foot deep. I was back in here working on my house July the 4th. So, yeah, I'm a little higher ground than it is up here in town. We lost 3 houses up here in town.
I'm Joni Mickey. I lived here in Gulfport during the flood. And 3 days after the flood, I took a John boat in and drove up on the roof of my house to rescue my 2 cats, which I had not taken with me at the time of the flood. I put them in the pillowcases and took them in the boat and took them back over and walked back across the bridge. One is Bojack, the other is Kim's. And before we could get across the bridge, the Burlington police stopped us, wanting to know what we was doing there, and they thought about even arresting us, but they let us go.
My name is Martha Mansheim. I lived in Gladstone for 17 years. And while looking at the flood on Highway 34 by Indian Mound Curve, I found the little yard ornament. And it made me think about who lost it. They lost their home, they lost their flower bed and their yard ornament.
Alan Harvey. I'm actually from Donaldson, Iowa. She lived over in Gladstone, and I came over to help sandbag the night before the levee broke.
Driving through here, just the devastation, it is just so sad and so depressing.
Hi, my name is Melissa Wallace.
I'm Mariah Wallace. I'm Miranda Wallace.
We lived at Lake Stevenson for 30 years, and we are flooded out. And we are residing in Burlington now and plan on going back. It was devastating. We hope we never see that again. Hope we never have to go through that again.
That's the only home I've ever known, and that's gone. My name's Michaela. I hate it.
My name's Thomas, and I lived in the flood for years. And
not the flood, Gulfport.
Oh, Gulfport for years. And it's really bad.
Okay, I'm Cindy Smith, and this is my son Taylor. We lived at Stevenson Lake, and we now live in Burlington. I found this sugar bowl that was my grandmother's after the house was demolished in the dirt. And then we found this picture of my son and my nephew down the road the day that we got to go in to Stevenson Lake for the first time.
That's where I grew up, and it was kind of tragic. The house was in 3 different pieces, like split 2 ways.
Yeah, and just water, and then we walked in there, and there was bullfrogs jumping around in the living room. And
Alice Long, and I live in Gulfport. I've been here about 25, 30 years. This is my granddaughter, Jolette Jones. The churn was in the house, and we forgot it when we left, and when we went back, we found all of it except the little strainer on the top.
It's terrible, because I don't get to play with my friends.
I'm Linda Wilson, and these are my daughters Shelley Wilson and Mackenzie Wilson, and we lived around Lake Stevenson, and we lost almost everything we had, but I did manage to salvage out, and still hanging on the wall when we could get back in was a collection of commemorative plates that I had that were done by an artist by the name of Lena Liu, and they were still hanging right on the wall where they were before the flood.
It's hard.
It's terrible.
It's stinky. Hi, my name's Nancy Ramsey, and I lived on Lake Stevenson. And after the flood, when we were able to go back in, I was able to find an artifact that my grandmother gave me on my 11th birthday. It was a turkey platter. I was born on Thanksgiving, and it took 11 years before my birthday came back to Thanksgiving. And on that 11th birthday, my grandmother gave me a China hand-painted turkey platter. And I was so excited when I found it. It had one little tiny chip on it, and that was all. And that really helped me make it through, the devastation that we went through.
I'm Don Johnson here from Gulfport. It was tough. It was real tough. Everything I had was gone. I mean, I lost a couple bars a house, so it was pretty tough. Try to forget about it. Try to move forward. Not look back, look to the future.
My name is Joyce Krim, and we lived on Stevenson Lake and had lived there for almost 22 years. We lost an awful lot of stuff. And the thing about it is that we've been homeless now for almost a year. We're building a new house, but it isn't quite completed yet. And that's really what we want. We just want to have some place we can go home again.
It's hard.
It's terrible.
It's stinky.